Hi everyone, it's Adrian Leah. This is a crafty video. I have some finished objects. There are things that I have purchased that are sewing and knitting related. Um, I wanted to talk about new projects, and it'll be things of that nature. So I don't know how I would show this on video, but I did finish my pants. They're the Rosie the Riveter pants pattern. It comes with a couple of patterns from the folkwear um, patterns with timeless style. This one is 240. The slacks, I enjoyed making them. I'm actually going to make another one probably starting tomorrow because I do want to make a smaller size. I feel like I'll go 2 sizes smaller than what I made because when I was assembling it, it was just not fitting, and I took off a couple of inches. I took off like probably over 4 inches. I took a lot off, and I was thinking maybe I would make one and make sure that I could put them on, but I put them on, but they were they were just kind of sliding, so I did modify it, but I mean, I still got compliments on them. I'm really happy about the zipper. I feel like it's nice that there's pockets. The zipper came out nicely. Um, there's the bottom, and they're almost like secret pants because they're so voluminous that they kind of look um like one of my skirts. So I have this white skirt and it's one of my favorites, and it's like one of those cupcake type of styles where it has the waistband and then it is fuller, and well, the skirt is full. That's like this. So I don't think it still won't be like a fitted pant, but I am wanting to make one that is a good size for me. It kind of reminds me of like when I got a skirt the from an Etsy shop that's based in Ireland, and she sews clothing and sells accessories, and when you buy her clothes, it's like really tailored to your body. There is this discussion about like the way that, well, there's always like cycles and things flowing in and out, but the way that clothing is now, and although it could be associated with um, how you are, like it's also how the the clothes back in the day, they were more um is it more tailored to fit on the human body. Like they had certain types of structures and pieces in that were built into the clothing to make it stay a certain way. And it's like is it like atomically or like that type of way that it sits and um it's like almost built or sewn for the structure of our bodies, as I was saying. So, uh, technically, this pattern did call for like a fusible interfacing, but I didn't have any. I might add it on later on, um, because I'm going to make the skirt again, and I'm going to use my cream bed sheets. I really wanted this color. I am going to be careful on when I wear it because I tend to do that sometimes. Like if I go to the park and I don't really want to wear one of my favorite skirts, like one of like my Irish skirt, in case like I sit on a bench and like uh you never know if the bench is too damp or if like it might have like a what do you like the prickle? It's not coming to me right now. Sorry for the words. But I think it should be okay because I've had my other skirt for a really long time, and this will be fun because it's not going to be a skirt, but it'll still be flowy. And I will look into the different types of pants because um, I used to wear like low-rise pants. I feel like that was kind of comfortable for me in the past, so I'll see what I'm going for. Um, I think I'm gonna make maybe, well, I was gonna get some flour and sugar tomorrow. I might get cottage cheese, but I'd have to think about it. I made a giant order for the lactate sour cream because like sometimes, like occasionally, every couple of days, I guess when their shipment comes in, it says that it's available, and I've only seen it once in the store. So I ended up getting it, I ordered it to pick up, even though they charged me more for the pickup. I was like, well, I'll get multiple and I'll just have the sour cream when I need it. And then I was thinking, I have like coupons for Hot Topic, but they're only for a certain time frame. And so I'm like, well, I'm not gonna buy something full price at the time. They have a lot of sales, but it was like they're good coupons. And well, I have like two of the $15 off ones. I don't think I could use them at the same time. Usually you can't stack coupons there. And then I have another $10 off. That one, I don't think it has a day when it expires, so I might just hold on to that one for like when I would want to really use it. So I like I gradually get the the clothes, and they're starting like their warm weather wardrobe, and I'm okay with well, I like tank tops. Those are really comfy for me. But there's like specific ones that I'm hoping that I could get if I can. Because this one took me a couple months to buy, like this top from Hot Topic. It was probably like around 6 months since I saw it, and I'm like, I really love that top, but then I never got it, and luckily, um, I ended up just getting it, and I it's one of my favorite tops now. So another thing, well, I'll get into it because there is a little bit of a segue. So I went to the thrift store because I was looking for a glass container with a lid on it and like a really mini glass, but I didn't see one that I wanted. So I ended up finding a container of vintage, well, I guess you could consider it like older knitting needles. And the whole bag, well, there were a couple, they were larger needle sizes, um, but the bag was like $3, and I really wanted to try a certain one specifically, and I was like, well, I feel like this would be fine because I know that I have used the boy needles in the past, so I really wanted this one is the Susan Bates one, and it's the division of Coates and Clark. So it's a US 8 and it's a 29-inch one. So fixed circulars, I don't usually get fixed circulars because I have interchangeable needles and it's really convenient to like if you want to change the cord or like the cable length if you're doing different parts of like a garment or you want to change the needles, like usually when you're doing ribbing to the other parts of the project. Not all the time, but a lot of times, like you go down needle sizes or down a needle size, um, and then change it. So I don't really get a lot of fixed circulars. I have gotten like some in the past. I do have the fixed circulars for the sock needles, and those are like, well, I've only used them for socks so far, but I really wanted to try the Susan Bates one. I did see needles that I think were Susan, well, that I think are Susan Bates needles because in the local yarn store here, they have like a used needle bin. So it sounds kind of weird when I say it, but there's like a container of a bunch of fixed circulars or fixed needles, and a lot of them they're around like US 6 and up. Um, so I felt those like some needles like this, and they felt really nice, but I was like, do I really want to get more needles? And I was like dumbfounded because I actually um was super ecstatic that I got them because I started working on the Carla Core cardigan that is the bulky yarn, the Icelandic wool one, and I haven't been working on it because it's been like really warm on my hands. But with the Susan Bates one and with this, I have two circulars on here and two of the boy needles. Um, these are the larger sizes, but they're still 29 inches. I could technically just use one, but I figured maybe I'll just use two. Um, I started using it and it's been a great experience because I feel like they're colder. than my other needles. So I'm not, I had to see what the Susan Bates one is made out of, but I feel like the boy one is made out of aluminum, if I'm not mistaken. It just feels different. And so the purple ones that I was just showing, they're two of the size US 10s, and they're both 29 inches. I feel like the first one was getting rid of the 29 inches because there's a couple of them in here, but it's fine. It's a lot of times I usually see like 30 or 32 these days. So it's kind of interesting seeing another measurement length, but maybe there are more thick circulars that have that length. And I was like, am I just telling myself that? But it actually is colder, and it kind of reminds me, well, it did remind me of when I lived in Florida and I was knitting, and I didn't have like a knitting set at the time or a knitting needle set at the time. There isn't a lot of like fixed circulars in the stores. There are, but not that many. I feel like they're coming out with more like interchangeable ones, but they're in other stores. More other crafting stores. But like the box ones, they actually feel colder. And when I was in Florida, because, well, if you're not from the US, Florida is in the South and it gets hot too. And so, well, it's hotter than the north. So I was using the boy needles in the south. I was using specifically a US 6. And it would be the main needles that I would use because I was picky about the colors. Like I love the color purple, so it stuck with me. And I'm really picky about like text the way that the needles like are when they when you're knitting because I don't want to say like it's like definitely a me thing because I don't, sorry for this is TMI. So I have my tongue pierced, and then sometimes like my body just tastes the metal, and it's surgical steel. So I don't know. It's rare that it happens, but it kind of like is something that I don't like, and then it kind of for some reason translates in my head or links to or associates with needles on it or nails on a chalkboard type of thing. Like and then, so with knitting needles, for some reason, my brain is just really picky about how the needles like are. If they scrape, I I don't really like it. Um, so I tried to get ones that I feel like it. Again, it's just me, and there isn't anything that like the knitting needles, the ones that I haven't um wanted to use. It's usually like just a personal thing, but I'm so happy that I started using this. Like it makes it colder and cold enough to knit on bulky yarn. And so I was thinking maybe at some point I could stop by to see what I know they have a US 10. I don't know the length of the of it, but it would be nice, especially for when I get to the yoke. But I don't know if it's gonna have to hibernate again. Even though I just finished the ribbing and I did the increases and now I'm on the color work. I was thinking I could just finish the round and start up with the other stuff like the color work and the body or the other parts of the body. And but I was like, no, I really want it to be a certain length because I didn't end up getting a second one of the blue denim and it hopefully it doesn't I don't use up all of it and then need more before I get to the rest of the color work because I'll need to do like two more rounds with the blue denim before getting into the other color. So I already mixed the other contrast color in. So make it happy about it. I could try to see if I could get through those parts and then I'll go from there. They don't have the really warm wool at the yarn shop here, which is fine. I haven't really been getting yarn there. I did get one thing, but I'll show that in a second. I have some other ones. Some of them are this like two of the same ones. So I got two of the US 7s, 29-inch, and these are blue, and I do like the blue ones too. And then the Ermra aluminum circular needle, and this is a 16-inch US 6. So this one, the I feel that the yarn won't really slide off that much, so if I do use this one, maybe I'll use it with a superwash, something that can glide more on it. Because I do have, I don't know if I'm saying it or if it's just like, if it stands for something else, it's like Pyrum. It is a European brand. I don't see them as much anymore in stores for like the box crafting stores, but there was like a needle on sale, or like the yarn store in the East Coast had like a lot of needles on sale, and I picked up some of them. Um, that one I found a use for it, and it's mainly for when I was doing the folded collar for Teti Litzek's Bruska pullover, and that worked really well with it. Um, so I'll see, but I thought that it was cool, and maybe I'll keep this some of the stuff here, and especially for like cool knitting. So these two, I don't think. Oh, there's another boy one. So this one is the US 15, but this is 36 inches. I use the size 15s for one project. I might in the future use it for other projects, but it's for a sweater that is using really bulky yarn, like super bulky yarn. And I love that it goes by so insanely quick. Like you could knit that in a day, but they say that for like the Alafaslopi sweaters, some people can knit it in a day too, like that live in those areas. So the two that I don't know if I'll use, I don't think I'll use because I have tried, sorry, the needles. I have tried these types of needles before, so this is another older one, and it is the, so this is a size 13. They used to be 250. This is Marsha Lynn circular knitting needle, nylon circular knitting needle for knitting seamless garments. I mean, it'd be cool to have a size 13, and this is a 29-inch. So this is one of them. I think it could be like decor or something too, if I wanted to. But I don't really use, it is like a convenient size. This one didn't come in a bag, so I'll have to see what it is. I have these. Maybe, but It's okay. Like I'm pretty indifferent about the nylon material. I don't dislike it, but it's not something that I particularly enjoy knitting on with. Sorry. So it's just so nice. I feel like I really like the Susan Bates needles. I like the feeling of it. They also put stoppers in too. I don't know what size these go to because I tried putting it on the US 10s and it was not staying on. So I'll see. It's not really for the 8s either. I got one yarn. I went to the yarn store. I was mainly looking to see if I could get a cord or the cable for the lace needles that I got the other day. It was the Chaogu US 1.5, but they didn't have the cords there. So I just ended up looking around. Since it was a little bit of a drive, I did pick up something. And I feel like, well, I feel like I kind of built up my blue and yellow collection of yarn. I don't have many right now, but I might like kind of put it back into stash the other ones that the other project that I was going to redo, but I might actually make it into something else. So this is what I ended up buying. They had I tried not to get other yarn, but now I'm thinking, well, if I can knit with cool needles, then maybe. But I really like this one. This is the Cushendale Woolen Mills, an authentic Irish woolen mill, a history since 1204. So the website is cushendale.ie, hand wash 30 degrees Celsius dry flat in the colorway Royal. And this is 70% mohair and 30% wool. It's 100 grams, 200 meters. It says Cushendale Woolen Mills is one of Ireland's few authentic woolen mills still in operation. A family-run business for generations, we have continued to produce natural fiber textiles of unique color, design, and craftsmanship in the historic town of, I'm sorry, I don't know Gaelic, but it's Grangma. It's definitely not that. So Graig dash NA dash MANAGH. Co Kilkenny in the southeast of Ireland. We wish you well with your project and find that your hope that that our uh, sorry that our yarn will perfectly complement your design. So I don't know what project I'm going to make. I kind of wanted to make an accessory from it. Since it has wool, I'm hoping that the mohair just doesn't like fly out because I don't really want it. I feel like you know the feeling when you get like the when you get it in your throat and then I don't know if I could do like that type of project where it's close to my face. Because I was also thinking I could make a hat out of it since it's mohair and wool. I'm thinking I don't think I need to, well, you don't need to do anything, but I don't I don't want to really add it with another yarn. I could think about it, but That's what it looks like. And I mean, I have some yellow yarn, but I wanted to see if I could get something that would go with this vibrancy because I just have these and I don't really see it going with this one. I also have the project that I was going to redo, but I'm going to end up probably just using yarn for something else. I have this yarn, but I do want to keep it with the blue in here because it's the same brand, and then if I use this yellow, then I won't have a blue, or if I use this yellow, then I won't have something to go with this blue. They're neon, and sorry, it's getting in my throat. So it's not really showing, but I would like something with like a vibrancy to go with this. It'll just be more of the blue and yellow yarn that I go for. So I don't mind, and I feel like I'll use it, but now I have another thing that I kind of want to do. I'm finishing the um, Pray for Ukraine or not mittens. It's a mitten pattern, but I'm using the chart to make a tarot bag. I just finished the hat, and now I'm like going to do the tarot bag. So you can't really see this hat on here. I'm definitely going to do this pattern again. I don't know when, but I really like the star at the top. I didn't go with the same color scheme. I was mainly just using yarn that I had in stash. And I would normally get yarn and then use a combination of being excited about some yarn that I purchased and then use it combining it with like some stash yarn, which has been nice for me, but I haven't really been buying that much yarn lately. But I'm really happy that the needles, like, they're cool. So hopefully I could work more on the Carlicore. And I hope I don't run out of yarn so soon because I have the other colors. I have a couple of the main color and I really want to just at least finish the body and then I'll get another one for when I get to the yoke because it's been a while for that project. Um, I was really bummed when I wasn't working on it because it's definitely something that I want to have in my wardrobe. This is such a fun top, and I feel that they had a specific color scheme to accentuate some of the delicate patterns here because there's some you wouldn't be able to see it, but I did show it when I was making my pierogi video. And you could see like the rams on here. So I don't think, again, I don't think I'm going to go with their color scheme still, but I definitely will go with like a higher contrast. But I really love how like much detail like the top has to it. That was, I feel, one of the more detailed tops that I've done for a hat. I mean, I haven't done many hats, but well, I'm happy with the way that that turned out. So I don't know if I will knit one up again right away because there are other things that I want to knit up, but I feel like I don't know if I would wear it near my face. I could see because some like I'm picky about blues too. You probably know that I'm picky about a lot of stuff, but because these are neon colors, I would have to think about it, but I also want to make my purple bandana. I was like on the fence if I was going to make one because there is kind of a dress code for the college course, but it would go with my scrubs but so far like after wearing the pants, I did get a good grade for, because like one of the grading is like for how you're how you come into class, like what you're wearing and stuff. And so, I mean, make the white pants, and I'll give myself a little more time than I did when I knit. No, sorry, when I sewed that up in 2 days, and I literally did not sleep. I finished like around 6:30. Class was like at 9, but I was like, I'm not gonna take a nap because if I go into a deep sleep, I don't want to chance me not waking up on time. So and then when I got back, I didn't even sleep. So, but I did fall asleep early, earlier than when I usually do. Um, then, well, there are some things that I got at Hobby Lobby because there's still little things. I got the the pencil for like the dressmaker's pencil just to do a little marking on stuff. And but I mainly went there for more thread. So this one is the Zoology, and it's the Romanian brand. So because I actually am running out of the white that I have, well, that I got from what I used from my mom's thread. So this was good that I got this. I got this tin. I feel like I was kind of thinking maybe I'll put like needles in here. I was thinking maybe this could be something that I could carry around. I'll think about it, but it has one of like an older type of imagery with the sewing machine that goes with the table, and it says new home on here. So I thought that was really fun. I don't know if I should put pins in here or I should put like other things. Oh, that reminds me. So I got a gathering foot for my vintage singer sewing machine. So this one is a little different than the modern one that you would get, but I just figured I would get this one. And then my featherweight one, it it's shipped right now, so it should arrive. And then the Hutzel Tarot, I was thinking maybe it would get here tomorrow, maybe, or today, tomorrow. Not sure when, because it was last time it said it was like a state away. And then the sewing machine is still like in, like it just got past customs, so I'm not sure when that will be here. But I just like try to make sure that I know ahead of time because um I don't know if I had to sign for anything. I didn't need to sign for anything from Ukraine, so I'm not too worried about that package. But I don't know if like it's like with the larger packages I would need to sign for. So I might just wait around. Hopefully it's not the one day that I go into school to that it would arrive. But I also got this, and I was kind of thinking maybe I would use this for like hand sewing. I was thinking if I do this strawberry bag, I got like, well, maybe I'll show it again. So I got the Singer leather thimble. I haven't opened this. Maybe I'll open it because I don't really like the tin one, like the one that you just. Well, I feel like a lot of people have seen them. So maybe like that or here, but I think that could be a little better. So I wanted to do a little hand sewing. I might put these in my Moomin bag. That I was thinking maybe I could put some of the sewing stuff in here. I don't know yet, but this could be good. And then like I wanted to do a strawberry bag. The green will be for the leaves or in the then I was thinking with this cream color I would do the dots. You could do like a polka dot one, like the fabric that's already polka dot, but I wanted to make it like not as uniform. And I like polka dots, but I figured now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I would just embroider on it because I was thinking about other types of embroidery, especially for maybe the bottom of the bag, and then like do the dots of the strawberry too. So I'll see. That'll be something. And then this is just going to be random things, but I finally started to use my binder. I got this binder at ShopRite when I was on the East Coast. It was $1, so I was like, oh, I really like that. I'll cover that up. But I figured I could put some stuff in here from school. So I already have some stuff, and there is I put the Free Spirit folder. I actually put my knitting patterns in there, but I didn't mind too much that I took them out because I I technically have like an accordion folder where there isn't a lot in there. I mainly put patterns that I've done already in, and then things that I don't use regularly in there. Like there's like a couple of pages of color work letters and random things, but I have a couple of places where I could put the patterns in, so I was going to maybe kind of sort them anyway, but I'm glad that I have this, and like there's one of the first things that we're doing that I'll have to bring back. So it's a crossword for the SIG codes, and I think that's fun. And then I have to do online stuff too and go through like the portal. So, is there some mandatory things on there that you hand in? And then one of them is like, aside from your regular assignments, I think there's like discussions too. So, um, it's not too bad. It was kind of funny because when um we were in class, the teacher was like, she, she's like, if there's food downstairs, get me some. And we're like, okay. And she was saying that we don't give up. So it was nice. It was a couple of hours, but I didn't mind it too much, even when I didn't sleep. It literally reminded me of high school. I just feel like the cycle's just been going around and around because um, I, what is it? Because the first day of high school, I like stayed up and I didn't, like, I literally didn't sleep. I remember that the night before, and I was like insanely, like, just not there when I, on the first day. And my friend, like, asked me if I was excited, and I told her, I was like, no, not really. I'm not really that excited. It wasn't bad, and I'm happy that I chose something that it's not like opposite to what I like because out of all the jobs, I did enjoy pharmacy the most. So, um, and I felt like it was like a good day too, because even before starting, I got a frozen coffee. I haven't gotten it in a long time. And the person accidentally charged me for a small, but I asked for a medium and she gave me a medium, and I'm like, thank you. So, started off like it was nice. And then I got to the college and they had, I don't know if this area is like super into popcorn because it just seems like they give out popcorn a lot. So they had like a little, not trolley, they had like a station area right when you walk in, and they're just like, please help yourself to like these, to popcorn and the other toppings you could eat with popcorn. And I got some later in like when I went on my when I took a 20-minute break from class. And then um they also like took a picture of me like when I first walked in. And I was like, "Oh, okay." It literally felt like the first day of school. So, I'll be there next week. And then it kind of like, because I actually was referencing something from this bag. So these are just hanging accessories, or, well, no, things that I put on, not the bulletin board. Like when I was in my old apartment, I had an area where you could put like pictures and stuff on. I had a lot of mainly yarn related things. I don't want to crinkle it too much, so let me get the stuff out of the bag. And I don't think I'll show a lot of it because, well, it's already a couple, well, it's more than a couple, it's almost an hour long. So they give you this with the Celtic Fusion order. I have a couple of these, but it's the Wheel of the Year. And so it has the different, it has like the autumn equinox, Samhain, winter solstice, Imbolc, spring equinox, Beltane, summer solstice. Lunasa actually, I remember on that one specifically. Because I don't know if it was like to commemorate, because growing up I used to like work on a blueberry farm, not for long, but that was like one of the things. And it was like around berry picking season for Massachusetts. And I just remember that, and I made a blueberry pie. But it also has little descriptions on here, so I kept that. Some postcard things that you get when you order. So this one's the woolly thistle. So this one is the spinnery store. This is where I got my loom. I got the Manx Lockton wool shop, and this is from the Isles of Man. This is just like the wrapping paper that they had for it. But um well, I put that in a weaving project. More Celtic fusion, handmade with love. And you also get like a paper saying, oh, this is another one. Oh, you get a paper that says like a tree was planted when you place that order. Harrisville Designs, this one, it's like I know it's the Northeast. I believe it's New Hampshire, if I'm not mistaken. It is New Hampshire, and I really like Harrisville Designs. I have a couple of random, not like super random, but like fiber related products from them. And I am thinking maybe I would, well, I also used one of their yarns for a weaving project for like the scarf, but it was like something that you would normally use for weaving. So I got a cone of it. So this like some of the stuff in here, some festival stuff, and like when you order from like a Latvian. Oh, this was kind of fun. So this talks about the Manx Lockton, and it was the fleece of the Royal Manx Agricultural Show every year since 2006, and winner of the best fleece. I guess I tried to combine those words in show 2006, 12, 13, 14, 17, and 18. I don't know when I ordered it. It's a rare sheep breed, so their wool is much sought after. I'll read that in a second. Oh, this is when I ordered wolf, wolf hair and alpaca wool. I'm so sorry about my reading today. Like, I don't know. And, like, I got the mohair in my face. So I'm kind of itchy too. Or my throat is itchy. So when you order from Knit Like a Latvian, you get one of these cards, these postcards, so that's fun. I don't really order from them, but I love their yarn. Oh, this is theirs. These are their colors. And I did this with the Lapisopi because I figured that I would use the different colors enough to build it up. So I really love their yarn, but the shipping is a lot for shipping to the US. And when you add more items, the price goes up. So I don't really order from them. I would if I could, or I can, but I don't right now. So I thought this was so fun. Um, so this is, sorry, I'm just reading it. This was a postcard that I got from Wolfie Yarn. I feel like it's based in Germany, and it's like a family owned business. So their one of their children drew this, and I kept it. I keep some things like when I was I wore that, and this is just when I was helping out at one of the fiber festivals. There's just a couple of things. Oh, I forgot you got a pin when you, because it was like an anniversary for one of the fiber festivals. I feel like it's a lot of publishing. They give you like because this thing because I pre-ordered the Kalevala book, the knitted Kalevala. So, or maybe they put that with their orders. So I'll read what this says about the Manx Lockton sheep. The wool is popular with knitters, those who crochet, spinners, and weavers. This is probably the finest Lockton wool in the world. We always carefully selected rams with perfect fleeces to go with our ewes, dark near the skin with no white cob webbing. Hence we won the best fleece in every Royal Manx agricultural show since we entered in 2006. Our wool is naturally a beautiful rich dark tan color. Once knitted is a fine enough to be comfortable worn next to the skin, yet robust to be used in outerwear. History of I don't think I'm going to say this correctly. The Bacosnalan flock. I'm so sorry. Ballacosnahan flock is just under 200 acres, stretching near the top of the mountain Slio Waliant down the River Neb and has been in the family for over 50 years. I later moved to Hillcrest, a cottage with 5 acres near the farm, and was given 6 Blackton sheep by a friend in 2004 to mow the grass. 10 years later, we now farm and have over 900 sheep growing every year. We recently discovered 1914 Ballacosnahalen had one of the last large flocks of Manx once again has Manx grazing the field. Characteristics of the Manx small sheep, very agile, multi-horned, having usually 2 or 4 horns, which are more prominent in the rams. The lambs are born black. They are slow maturing, taking 18 months or more until they are ready to breed for eating. The meat is low in fat and cholesterol. These history of the Manx sheep. These are primitive that are thought to have been brought to the Isles of Man by the Viking from Scandinavia. Their ancestors probably go back to the Iron Age. The Manx is one of the rarest breeds of sheep in Britain and listed for protection by the Rare Breed Survival Trust. Over 200 years, there were thousands of these sheep on the islands, but then heavier modern sheep took over. Since then, they have come close to extinction 3 times. In the 1950s, their numbers were down to less than 100. Today, there are several thousands, and their future seems much brighter as people have come to appreciate their wool and unique, tasty meat. Oh, and our Manx sheep are a lovely toffee or tan color. The fleece next to their skin is a dark brown, and the top breaches in the sun. When spun, the wool can vary in color from the light tan to a dark rich brown. The color is entirely natural and unique to this breed of sheep. The fleeces are soft, close textured, lustrous, and heavily oiled, making them ideal for hand spinners. The staple varies between 70 millimeters to 100 millimeters. I think I was going to say something else, but I don't remember. Um, trying to think. Oh, last thing. I'm going to. Did I say I was going to make a strawberry jam? I really want to, but I wasn't sure if I was going to do it sooner rather than later, but it's been in my head, so I feel like it's a sign. And because I saw the strawberries and they were less expensive than the blueberries. And I've tried some frozen blueberries. I still prefer the blueberries, like the fresh blueberries. But I wanted to make Pampucky. Sorry. So I was thinking I could make the strawberry jam and make it as the filling. I like that I can adjust the sweetness on it. And I was also going to make some juice because I tend to um, go through juice quickly, and I know that there's a ton of like tea bags in the pantry. So um, I used to work like when I was younger, I would work in, I feel like you either worked retail or food. So I worked food, and I've done a couple of, in the beginning, like waitressing, and then I went into bartending and barista ing, being a barista or being a bartender. So I took some of what I did when I was there, and I feel like I would like to make some juice at home. And that's like also why I'm getting the sugar. It's going to take a lot of sugar to do it. You don't have to put a lot of sugar, but you'd be surprised, or maybe you wouldn't be surprised about how much sugar we put in when we would do like the drinks, because some of the places they would have like pre-made juices and you would put like cups and cups and cups and cups of sugar in it, and then it would be dissolved in water, and then you would just add the other things, and that would be what it is, or what it was, because some places aren't open anymore. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in another video.